the entire campaign for the 2019 elections with the UPA versus NDA was on the Rafale controversy.
Yeah.
And the 36 more aircraft that took a backseat. And this, I spoke to one of the air chiefs there again. I said, look, what exactly happened? He says, look, we were actually right there. We were planning to go for 36 more, right? But because of this political controversy, the government kind of said, look, it's better we don't touch it right now. It's too sensitive. 36 were delivered. I think both squadrons came in by 2020, if I remember correctly, 19 or 20. All were delivered. And the thing for 2 more squadrons was put on the back burner. But then what happened is that this requirement of the Air Force, it remained. This, this one-time buy that they pushed for back in the 90s, that requirement always, because their squadron numbers started going down very rapidly as the MiG-23s went out
Which
first.
they knew back then that this will happen. So that was happening.
But you were banking on the indigenous fighter to come in numbers, that you would replace every retiring MiG-21 or MiG-23 with an LCA Tejas.
At that very same time.
Simultaneous this thing.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. So the LCA Tejas program went through a number of delays, and those delays are very well known. It was possibly slow production. The engine was an issue. The engine is still an issue, right? It's possibly one of the biggest conundrums, whether, in hindsight, again, should we have gone in for an American engine? Should we not have pumped more money into the Kaveri, more oversight, a better, project management team to get that going, right? There is no substitute for your own jet engine. A lot of the problems that we are facing with the fighter aircraft program, I would argue, are because we don't have our own engine. Look at the way the Americans are squeezing us with the GE engines, right? We're not even getting those engines on time. And every engine that's delivered to India, every GE 404 engine is delivered with a lot of fanfare. Like, it's being given to us for free. Every time a GE engine lands in India, I think of PL 480. The one that started off the Green Revolution. With Prime Minister Mrs. Gandhi said, I hope I don't have to, beg someone for food.
Yeah.
It's the same way. It's like we're paid for this, right? This is part of a contracted deal, and it's being given to us like it's a big favor is being done to India, right? That itself should have triggered off a warning, and we should have gone in hell for leather for a fully funded government program, like, as we've discussed in the past, Dev, like the nuclear submarine program. Yes. This is a vital, critical program. Without your own fighter jet engine, so many indigenous programs are suffering, right? Not just your MMRCA, not just your LCA Mark 1, Mark 2, your naval fighter, TED-BF, your 5th generation fighter. All of these hinge around getting your own engine. But to cut a long story short, it now comes down to the fact that the Air Force realizes we don't have MiG-21s. We are going to have to start retiring our Jaguars and Mirages, which are bulk of our fleet. And we are down to the smallest Indian Air Force since 1962.
Wow.
More than 60 years, right? Now, I totally get it that one Sukhoi 30 is not equal to one MiG-21, right? And today the Sukhoi 30 is the bulk of your Air Force. Yeah. More than 270 aircraft are there. And, one squadron of Sukhoi 30 is possibly equal to 4 squadrons of MiG-21s. Right. The quantity versus quality thing. But there is a lot of people who are saying that, look, quantity has a quality of its own. And today you're looking at China and Pakistan, who are even more closely aligned than they were in the past. And we saw that during Op Sindoor just a few months ago. And they're adding on fighter jets in numbers. The Pakistan Air Force is about 20 squadrons. They are, thanks to President Trump, they've got an upgrade to all their old F-16s, which means that their F-16s come up to a Block 52 standard for about $700 million. And they're getting 5th generation fighter aircraft possibly from China. And China is churning out 5th generation fighter aircraft like sausages. They will have 1,000 5th generation fighters by the end of this decade.
Wow.
And I'm not saying all 1,000 are going to be deployed against us, but a substantial number are going to be deployed against us. And that is weighing heavily on the minds of our planners. So, this decision to go in for it, and if you see the speed with which, as you mentioned, the speed with which it's, gone through all the hoops, the defense ministry, the Air Force, of course, and now it's the political move. And it will possibly be part of this very, very big geopolitical shift, I believe. It's one of the most significant ones in our time, is of India and Europe pivoting towards each other.
Yeah.
And if you heard Mark Carney's speech, he pretty much called it out there. And he said, if you're not on the dining table, then you're on the menu, right? The strong are going to eat up the weak, and it's for all the middle powers to come together to make common cause. And middle powers would be countries like France, countries like India, which we will have to come together, and a fighter jet program, a fighter engine program, and a fifth generation fighter engine program. All of these are interwoven. So it's not just the MRFA, it's also the engine for the fifth generation fighter aircraft program that we are going to develop with the French.